So our intent is to have a better communication mechanism. I firmly believe the reason we don't get a lot of attendance is because none of you guys are checking your MT email addresses, or at least a majority of them. I've talked to a couple students who said, yeah, I haven't checked that in 6 months. I find that hard to believe, but that's okay. I guess you're checking your D2L messages more often. So what we want to know when you are part of this organization is we want to know a preference in email for you, whether that's your personal account or maybe you do use your MT email. But we need to know how to let you know of these events, because we're planning to have several events in the spring, one of which we had hoped to have a mock interview session where we would have some local partners come in and actually interview you and then provide you feedback and say, well, you did well here, or here's where you could improve in an interview. We did a resume writing session back in the spring, I think it was, which went fairly well. We had, again, hiring managers review students' resumes and talk about what are the best practices of resumes? What do they look for in resumes? We want to do some internship, like we are tonight, internship discussions. We have a lot of things we want to do, but we need students to actually participate to do so. To that end, the leadership team has proposed an amendment to the Constitution. We're going to vote on that tonight. Would you like to explain it? Or do you want me to? I need to work with her more. The amendment to the Constitution is, in order to be part of this organization, you must participate in one event per semester. This is an event, okay? That means you need to attend a meeting, you need to attend one of our sessions, work sessions. For the foreseeable future, they will be a combination of in-person and Zoom. Well, we're getting around that for a while. Okay, so we'll continue to offer the Zoom, which makes it even easier for you. If you can't commit to one session a semester, then you don't have time for this organization. So I'm going to throw that out to a vote right now. Actually, our president's going to throw that out to a vote right now by a signal of first the people in the room with hands. Go ahead and call the vote. Just say, okay, I'll do it for you. Those of you who agree with the amendment to the Constitution, please signify by raising your hand. Somebody count, please. Thank you. Anybody opposed? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Anybody opposed in the room? Okay, online we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So today, Michael and Jennifer. Maybe I'm talking too loud. Please give us a thumbs up or a down. Today. Michael, got you. Today, thank you. Jennifer. We'll go as abstain. All right, so obviously that one carries. We're going to go with attendance at the meeting. We're not going to go with the 111 people that don't do anything. So that amendment passes. We've already updated the Constitution. We'll submit it to the MTSU administrative processes that be. You okay? Yeah. Fantastic. All right, another thing I wanted to do this evening, we have 2 of our supply chain professors here in addition to myself, Dr. Bullington and Dr. Morgan. So I'm going to start with Dr. Bullington. Could you please introduce yourself, sir? Wait, I'm sorry. Oh, you got it?
Yeah. All right. Should I come up here where I'm on the picture, I guess?
I don't know. This is kind of funny, Dr. Bullington. It's kind of, you got to, I think you're going to have to kind of jump up and down. I can just see your head. You're good.
Hi, I'm Kimball Bullington, and been here. This is my 24th year, and was one of the founders of the supply chain management program. You may see my videos. If you haven't seen me in class, you may still see some of my videos from time to time. Had a TV crew in the other day, and I saw my desk, and they said, do you do podcasts here? And I said, I'm just doing videos for class. So glad to have you. Everybody in our program, that's not true. Most of the people in our program, most of the professors have industry experience, and you should feel good about MTSU in that I think we're as connected as any faculty is in terms of connections with industry. So you've chosen a good field.
Perfect, thank you. Dr. Morgan will step up to the plate. Follow that.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tom Morgan. I'm the new guy here. I've been here It's my second year, actually. I can tell you that what Dr. Bullington says about the connections is nothing but impressive around here. The opportunity to network as part of this organization is limitless. There's more industry around here that integrated into the program than you can imagine. They have a lot of influence on the program, and they're looking for students that are in this program. So, anything I can do to help, I'm happy to be here. It's my first meeting, and I seriously doubt it'll be anywhere close to my last. So,
Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so those are just two of our supply chain professors in addition to myself. We also have Dr. Keithley, Dr. Yu, and Dr. Welburn. And we'll have a new professor if things go well. Hopefully within by the next, I guess, we look now and they come in fall. Potentially, if things go well on the search, fall of 2022. I think that year's right. So those of you that may or may not know, we have a undergrad supply chain major now. We talked about this last month. So if you're in a supply chain concentration of the management degree, you can switch to the supply chain major. Talk to your advisor. It may require another course. You may not want to do that. Okay. It may require 2 more courses. I don't know. You need to talk to your advisor about if you desire to switch to a bachelor's of business administration supply chain. Is that what it is? So think about that. We talked about it last week. I want to throw it back out there. I talked to one student two students. I think you and I talked as well. It was going to require you to take 1 extra class or 2?
1 extra class.
Extra you as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to make that judgment yourself. I'm not telling you that it's going to change your chances of getting a job, to be honest with you, having a concentration versus a major. Any input to that thought? Either one of the 2 professors back here?
What did you say? It might change what?
Would it change their prospects of getting a job by not going to the supply chain major and going ahead and finishing up with the concentration?
I don't really think so very much. Right now, we have so few majors, you're not going to be phased out during the concentration.
Not to mention there's so many jobs. I don't think that's going to be the deciding factor. Right? Okay, and then those of you that are undergrad, we are working on a master's degree in supply chain management, Master of Science, Supply Chain Management. Hopefully starting next academic year, fall of 2022, assuming all approvals go well. So supply chain is a very growing field at MTSU, to say the least. And it is the place to be in Middle Tennessee to get a job. All supply chains hiring. That can't be said about everything right now. All right, let's see if there's anything else we want to go over. Is there anything else we need to go over? Tell your friends, get your friends in here who are in supply chain. We have to be bigger than the real estate club, guys. Come on, it's real estate. This is supply chain. We have to have more members than the real estate club or the insurance club. Right?
Yeah.
Am I right? All right, there's some more business I do want to take care of, but I also want to have our guest speaker up here and not pain her having to go through much more of this. So, Dr. Bullington, if you could introduce, if you would.
So last, I think it was April, Willie Swackert from Drive, which is a huge automotive parts distributor, with a facility. There are many facilities, but a facility up at exit 70. So if you go up I-24, right there, called and said, could you supply an intern for the summer? I think that's what he said. And I said, I bet we can. But it's like 2 weeks before the end of the semester, so it wasn't much time. And then he said, well, if you could do 1, could you do 2? And I said, well, I think so. And then the next day we talked, I was trying to get the word out, and he said, well, what about 6? And I said, well, I don't know. This is very late to be doing this. And then he said a little bit later, he said, actually, we could use up to 18. And so anyway, not just through me, but we ended up with 7, I believe, up there for the summer. And they were new to the program in terms of the internship there. That was a new program for them, a new work. Dexter was one of the interns. And I was impressed by what they were able to do in terms of both the experience that they got when they were there, as well as the projects that they presented at the end of the semester. They were worthwhile projects. Tracy, I met at the end of the summer there when we did the projects. Tracy was there and we met, and then we talked yesterday had lunch yesterday, and I said, well, could you come sometime and like go to one of the classes or one of the meetings? And she said, sure. And I said, well, how about tomorrow night? So here she is. So she was very gracious to come at almost no notice at all. And would you like for me to hold Gizmo?
Thank you.
Oh, Dexter's
Sorry, I'm
Dexter's the lucky
relocating,
one.
so I'm with 3 dogs and
We'll just put that around your neck.
yeah. Can I just kind of gonna just take one and pass it around?
Tracy just has the exciting news about what they're gonna do.
Thank you. His name is Gizmo.
I think it's gonna be so much better and it's gonna be better.
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. I'm Tracy Azdani, and I represent Tenneco, actually. Tenneco has 73,000 people located all over the world. We handle your car for OE and also aftermarket. Right now, you probably have a bunch of our equipment in your car if you have one, or if your parents have one. I don't know. My kids are in college and they don't have a car. So, but we make everything from your clean air to your car. We make your shocks, your brakes, your suspension, your filters, pretty much everything in there. You won't hear about us as a Tenneco. You'll hear of us as Champions. You'll hear of us as Mooj. You'll hear of us as Roadway, Monroe, et cetera. We own about 46 different companies in it. So we are huge. A lot of opportunity within it. And within Side Tenneco, we have a business unit, which is motor parts, and we call it Drive. So located in Smyrna is one of our distribution centers. It is 1.1 million square feet. So it's a lot of walking, as Dexter can probably attain to. Big building, over 300 some people in there. And I did give a little bit of background inside this packet. It kind of gives you a little bit of what we do, how many people, but it's not just distribution. It doesn't just come in and go out. We have packaging, we have cells and manufacturing inside of it for that part. So it is a lot of supply chain stuff going on, talking between our facilities, our customers, our plants. We have, what was it, over 275 different suppliers to this distribution center. So as Kimball said at the beginning part last year or in spring, Willie's like, we want to do interns. And so it kind of like was a quick rush thing, and there really wasn't structure around the program. So thank you, Kimball, Dexter for being part of it and going through that. I'm part of continuous improvement. I'm a master black belt and I own CI throughout the globe part. So when we want to improve a process, we bring in CI. So I've been kind of given the intern program to enhance it and make it better than it was before by listening to our interns that were through it. And then also enhancing it each time. So again, we're looking for 6 interns to start in January. We have 2 huge projects that they'd be working on. Right now, we are transforming this 1 million square foot facility to be world-class in how we produce, bringing a lot of automation into it, how we're going to flow through the building, how we're going to talk. We're putting in 3-story mezzanines in there, how people are going to flow in there, material is going to flow in there. And that all involves our supply chain, it involves our engineering, it involves a lot of people inside of it. So this is a great opportunity, not only to have an internship in a company with this huge of a footprint and touch part to it, it's also able to put your stamp on it. We need help laying stuff out. How are we going to flow? How are these not only flow for the material, flow with the people? How are we going to lay out this one building? We have 3 buildings, one's overflow. We want to make it into the 2 buildings. Well, how do we bring that all over here and how do we lay it out? What a great opportunity for an intern, right? To be able to put your stamp on it and say on your resume that you help relay out a 1.1 million square foot building. It's a 1-section piece of it. With the 6 interns, we're not looking to just throw you out to this big, huge building and have you get lost. I'm sorry for that happening to you. We'll have a little bit more structure in that. They all found their way back, but we want to show some of the feedback. Is there would be 3 on each one of these projects. One is looking at how to optimize our new mezzanine with the flow of materials and people and writing up SOPs and that. And the other one is looking at how do we bring that second building into this the third building into the second building. We've been moving stuff around. And again, how do we interact with the flow of materials, people, and machinery inside of that? So it's pretty much 3 and 3 will be on the team, plus working with project managers inside of that. In order to keep you more together and have more cohesiveness to where you don't feel you're lost, because most companies take about 6 months to get used to it. It's going to report in through CI. So every day we would have a group huddle, and then go out to your area. We'll talk about what's working for you, what's not working for you, what can we do to make it better. Look at some mixers. Got to figure out what that is. But I do have my CI manager there. He's second year out of college himself, so he'll be bringing in a lot of good things that he did with his intern part of it. But again, it is looking at it. I did put the job description at the back, and I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but it is looking at focusing on those 2 areas. What's nice about our intern program, it is new to the distribution center, but it's not new to Tenneco. So each area has its own setup for it. But we do have a rotational program. I think you were just speaking of. Graduates do come in and they go into this, and it's a 2-year program, and you spend time at each one of these 6 different areas: supply chain, purchasing, finance, continuous improvement, operations. And at the end, you have the opportunity to interview for a job within that network. And that is an intern program. Right now, there are intern jobs out there. I mean, rotational program positions out there. But for you, because you're still in college, I think the intern one is a great way to introduce you to the company, introduce you to some real life experience. We're also looking to help give you some, besides the real life experience, we want you to walk away with something. So what we're going to be offering is every week of your internship, and if you're still there, Dexter, you can jump into it too. We're going to be offering a training, and it'll take you through CI tools. It'll take you through some operations tools. We call it 8 panels, how we read our KPIs, how those are configured, and that some deep understanding of how we apply statistics with our 6 Sigma programs and that. And at the end, you would get like a yellow belt for overall understanding of operational excellence. We're not giving a certification for CI as far as 6 Sigma or Lean because it's not enough time to go through the full one, but it's a huge overview with 14 different topics that we'll be hitting. And at the end, you would then get a certification for going through that part of it. So we want you to leave with that. So not only having something on your resume that says, hey, we help transform and put our stamp on it, that I laid that to the spot of the facility and I determined how the people were going to run through there. Not only that, you will also be walking away with the certification to help you through. We have been hiring also. Dexter, you're still in the intern part, right?
Yes, I'm working on time studies right now.
Right, time studies, but it's the second piece to it. We did hire 2 from the area, so we are looking to bring them on if it's a good fit for you and for that. Like I said, it is a huge company, tons of supply chain going on. Like I said, we have over 400 facilities. We are in every continent. Myself, my job, I travel. I have 27 plants throughout the world that I help support in that. So it definitely has a lot of opportunity for any aspect or whatever is interest of you. If you have any questions, please let me know. I did give you my business card. I did give you a little overview of the company. I did also give you the job description, but this is the part because we really want independent people and we want people that can hit the ground and run. This is very hands-on. It's not going to be sitting behind a desk and sitting with a computer. You're going to be out there. You're going to be getting dirty with the rest of us to make this happen. Is that if you're interested in, please send me an email with your resume. You won't find these jobs posted on our website. Okay. We're looking for 6 with that, and please copy Kimball so that he knows who's going through it. We're looking to do this really quick. We're hoping to have a good response back. We're opening up to this college first for the 6. If we get all 6 from here, great. If not, then we'll look at another college for the backfill. But we truly have had a great experience with you from the last intern part, and we'd love to keep it just exclusively to your school. In that. Yeah, so once we get it, we're looking at, you'd run through the first interview, which is a phone interview with the DC manager. His name is Elliot. From there, Elliot would then determine to bring you inside. We want to bring you in to the facility because we'd rather than us coming here and doing the interview because we want to take you on a tour. We don't want you to be surprised if you take it and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize what 1.1 million square feet was and you want me to walk where? You think I'd be skinny? I'm not. I balance it out with the food. But anyway, it would be on site and it would interview with the DC manager, our HR, and myself and Tyler, who is my CI manager, who would be running through and reporting with. So this position reports to me temporarily while I define the structure. But Tyler, who our CI manager, who just graduated 2 years ago from, he has supply chain, his degrees in supply chain from Ohio State. So he's the one that the interns will be actually reporting to and then supporting the project. So any questions? I know I talk fast. Yes. Yes, and so it's, we know it's in order to get credit, it's, I think it's like 15 hours a week that you have to do.
It was something like that.
Yeah, we can hit that requirement and we can give you even more hours if you want them. We have tons of hours. And that to support that side of it, but very flexible. We do run 24/7. So we can accommodate, we have like a weekend group that just works Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we have during the week part, but we are definitely open to whatever best fits your schedule because of school. Maybe Monday you can only work these hours, Tuesdays these hours, maybe Thursday these hours. You can be all over the place. Our CI covers the whole 24/7, so.
Those opportunities are hard to find.
I have a
A
question.
lot of them are just, business hours, Monday to Friday, which we like to tough for some of the students. So I'm sorry, go ahead, please.
Is this paid or unpaid?
It's
internship?
paid, it's hourly. I had checked with our HR, so I was like, okay, they're probably gonna ask me that. I'm gonna probably have to tell them how much we're paying. And they came back and said that they're basing it on, and I don't know if it's different than what you had, Dexter, because again, we're revamping the program a little bit. Based on the year you're in school,
Oh, yeah.
what the pay will be on that part. So during that phone interview, Elliot would be able to tell you what the pay is, but it is hourly and it is a pay. So it's comparable. I mean, it's not like you're going in at like waitress pay. You're going in at probably 17 and above, I guess. I don't know.
You said starting in January?
Yeah, we're looking to have the person start January, that Monday after the new year, January 4th.
And how many
Third.
weeks that goes on for?
It goes on until April. It's 15 weeks.
End of semester.
End of semester. And then we do offer extension like Dexter is in a extended. So we're looking to do 6 every semester. Not even if we keep people, like, so let's say we get 6 and then you guys decide to stay with us because you really loved it. It was a great experience. And you're like, wow, she's a really great boss.
That's it.
We're still taking another 6 at the next one. So it's not like, hey, 3 stayed and now we only need 3 more. It's 6 every semester that we'll be looking for. So, and
Wonderful, thank you.
I know I talk fast. I'm sorry. I've been working on it.
You've got a question on Zoom.
Is it possible for the Zoom, the callers that are in on the Zoom to get the information also? You said it wasn't online for them.
Yes, Kimball, I sent you an email.
Yeah, we've got it electronically. We can send it to you. Great question.
Yeah, so like I said, we're looking to interview as soon as we hear back from people. So the interviews, we're hoping to start as soon as we get response. The job would actually start the January 3rd or 4th. But then again, like I said, if you were on holiday and you are traveling because you're spending time with your family and you can't start till January 10th, well, then you would start January 10th. But we're looking at that part. We're very flexible and we're very accommodating. So, sorry. He's a big baby. So, yeah, not only the hours, but the, like I said, when the start date part is, and that we're very accommodating. I understand you're in school. I understand this is your first priority. So like you say, hey, I got an exam tomorrow. I really can't be here today. That's fine. We'll work it out. I'm very, very good at working out schedules and that part. So it's customized to best fit your schedule for school and not put you in any risk for your grades or missing something here. Okay.
This is an unusual opportunity. Most internships aren't quite as flexible. And I've dealt with internships at HCA or mostly interns got filing, washing the floors, with that job. This is a real internship. And a lot of our internships have been in that way. The internship at Dollar General was real work. It wasn't just going in and sitting around. This sounds like you're going to learn a ton. Don't underestimate, you can put those bullets on your resume. Tracy can probably talk to us. would you say I helped redesign a 1 million square foot building? That beats the heck out of, I worked at big sporting goods.
Right.
in sales.
As a side note to put that, and thanks for saying that, I forgot. So you're redesigning something for 385 people to help work in. So it means you're going to learn how to pick. You will spend probably 3 hours learning how to pick so that when you're designing how these pickers should flow through this building and the materials should flow, you really need to understand what they're going through so that you don't put something in a weird spot and you're like, okay, now I set the rate for you, because you'd also be setting the rates for these people. We want you to understand what they go through. And we go through that too. I don't work at the DC, I work out of our corporate one, but because I support the DC, I had to learn how to be a picker. I had to learn how to do the returns. And we spent a couple hours so that way when we're making decisions, that we're making it to not impact them negatively out there, that we know what the pain they're going through. So this job not only is going to give you that experience of redesigning, but it's also going to give you real life experience of what they're going through so that you know when you're designing something or putting something in play that, hey, this is how I'm impacting all these different people. I'm not sure if you had to go through that. Sure.
I read about employee retention span, like on average was 17 years. So I was just kind of wondering, like, what y'all did as far as like promoting people and kind of letting them work. It was kind of just the
Okay.
same job that you're doing for a long time.
No, so people can come in and do the same job for as many years as they want. We do have people that have come in and they're at the same machine for 40 years or in the same job for 4 years, because that's their choice. They didn't want to move around. We do have different paths that everyone can take. So for instance, in my group, CI, I have an hourly associate. He's a 5S champion. Well, if he wants to become now a black belt in the area, here's the requirements you need to do. I'll support you to become a black belt. From a black belt, he can become a CI manager. My CI manager right now, the one that just graduated 2 years ago, he's like, I love CI, but I don't want to keep doing it because my degree's in supply chain. I'm like, well, Tyler, what do you want to be? I want to be a plant manager. I want to be a DC manager. I want to go in the operations part. So I have him now working 6 hours a week as a supervisor and shadowing the DC manager so that he can get the experience so he can go down the path he wants to go down. But in CI, he would then become master black belt. Then my role, I'm at the top of CI part. But there is a lot we do promote from within. We do have a lot of long-term people, 40, 50 years. We also have some issues with turnover. That is normal in like the picking in a distribution center. Yeah, the one that I have that's hourly, he's been here 14 years. So it just depends on people are going to, but we want to set you up for internal success or external.
The turnover rates.
For 47%. Yeah. Yeah.
And, it's just really need to look into administrative operations.
Mhm.
I got. Over there were people that would come in for 2 hours and just leave because they couldn't handle picking or
Yeah.
packing, whatever it was.
And that's why we were saying that for the interview, we want to bring you there. We want to walk you on the floor and show you what it's like. Because a lot of times people don't realize what they signed up for. But it is a great opportunity. I hopefully will hear back from some of you either on the Zoom call or you in the room. But please feel free if you have any questions. That is my direct line and my direct email to reach out, ask me the questions. If not, I look forward to hopefully seeing an email from you with your resume and getting you in for the phone interview and bringing you on the drive experience. Get extra. You can ask him questions when I leave. He can tell you.
You can use some of those Excel skills that you learn in class on the internship, and they were really helpful for me.
I love your project. Okay, anything else? Give you this back. So I thank you very much, everyone. I'm sorry. I'm a little out of time. Thank you.
We have.
I'm gonna leave those in case anyone wants that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm sorry I didn't get to read out y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so that opportunity was even better than I thought it was. It sounded really good. Yeah, don't discount some of those opportunities in that internship. And I can tell you a lot of times, big corporations like HCA or big companies, whatever the case may be, you may start in a job you don't want, but they have a lot of opportunity. right? So in 22 years at HCA, I must have had 15 different jobs, because if I got bored at a job, I would just go find a new job within HCA, right? And I worked up to senior vice president, and then I actually went back down to vice president because I got bored at my senior vice president job, and I wanted to do something different. So I went back down to vice president and took a different job. I don't necessarily recommend you do that, but regardless, what Tracy was saying, that's a big organization. You could go anywhere you want in the United States, which is one of the attractions of the company, such as HCA and Drive One and all these others, that you can go wherever you want, really. But you got to get your foot in the door. And for you, being entry level, coming out of college, getting your foot in the door is a tough spot. Here's an opportunity. It's not our only opportunity. Like I said, we have a lot of industry partners that we bring in and talk to. And then we had Dollar General. I want to just talk about this because it was last academic year, or maybe it was in the spring, I forget. One of the comments he made was, if we have somebody come in interviewing and I recognize them from one of these type of meetings, they get a shot at the job, right? I recognize this person because we went to a supply chain meeting at MTSU and they asked questions and I got their name and they talked to me. They remember that. And the other folks on that call said, yeah, that's right. The woman that represented Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
And the gentleman that represented MAPCO, and I'm terrible at names because it was so long ago. So this organization is a great opportunity. This was just one of the things that we intend to do.
Yes, I agree. We will, hoping coming spring, have a lot of these organizations coming out and talking to us and introducing us to what is actually going on. And we'll hopefully try to bring in some managers to walk us through their simple day of the job, what they do and how they do, so y'all can get familiar is actually when you get out there in the real field and get the real job, what is actually waiting for you. It's not things, it is related to things that we learn in school, but actually when you get to the field and do the job, as he mentioned, being somewhere 17 years, I've been in Nissan myself for 17 years. Yeah, it's a long time, but when you like the place, and as you say, I started off simply on a line, but now I am actually way up here because I keep moving, like literally every year or every second year getting a different job. You can exceed with that company that you, if you want to stay in and get many different jobs done and learn many different things. So yeah, there is a possibility, and especially when we have things like this, somebody coming and offering stuff like this, it is a great opportunity. To tell you the truth, I am going to reach out to this lady because I would like to see what is going on. I can't help it. I can't help it. And I would like, I haven't had a chance having done the internship before, just because I have to have a full-time job. But this is something that actually could work for me just because the hours are flexible and I can actually do that after my regular work hours. So yes, these type of opportunities are rarely to come, but with this organization, we will have a lot of this. So yes, that's why I encourage you all to keep coming back and keep inviting people that you know of that might be interested in this, because there are things out there that we all can, you know, use for our future and build our future from here, starting here. This is why we are here, to help ourselves and help you guys. So
That's great feedback. I appreciate that. The only thing I'll disagree with, that has been said, is they're not that rare. The opportunities are not that rare in this organization. We have a wait list of companies that want to come and talk to us. We have Schwann Cosmetics, who's local down the road here. We've got a third-party logistic provider that's about 3-4 years old. That's looking to hire a bunch of people. They're fairly new. They've talked to us about doing projects in the graduate program. They're looking to hire. I've got another organization that does IT, but they do IT consulting from the perspective of knowing what the business side is. So they're looking for people interested in HR, supply chain, for consulting. Learn the supply chain of their client and then help recommend what they need to do. Because when you write systems and work on systems in IT, you got to know what the processes are, right? You don't replicate bad processes. You come up with new processes that are better. That's just a few of the organizations that are waiting to come to this organization to talk to us. We've held them off because we've had nobody show up. That's a problem, I mentioned an hour ago. So that's enough. We'll quit browbeating that one. Next question, next order of business is, Have all of you signed up for this organization? No? Yes? Yes?
Last semester, spring semester.
Okay. Have all of you gotten the, I don't know if that's me squeaking or the microphone. Okay. I know I'm getting old, but that happens. Have all of you gone and put your names on the spreadsheet? Okay, so we're going to, before you leave, thou need to provide us a preferable email address. I don't want you to get out of here without that. Because we want to be able to get a hold of you to let you know what our next event is. Okay, we're not going to probably do anything else this semester. You guys are getting ready for finals coming up. Believe it or not, we only got what, 3 weeks left this semester? Something like that. It's not much. Yes, sir.
That can be a private email.
It can, whatever email you want. Yeah, the email that you are actually going to check is the one we're looking for.
Trying to find a barcode, so maybe y'all have phones.
A QR code?
Yeah, okay. You do?
Okay, and then my question for Jennifer, side A, and I'm trying to get my glasses on quickly, Michael. Are you three signed up for this organization?
I am.
Wonderful. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Michael, are you?
I had some issues with the spreadsheet. It wouldn't transfer through, but I'm going to go back through my emails and find those after this.
Okay, worst case, just send us what email address you want us to use. You can send it to myself, you can send it to Yasmin, either way.
Sure, will do.
Jennifer, are you with us?
Yes, and I am signed up and get the emails regularly.
Wonderful, thank you. All right, so we need to compare this to, is there anybody not here tonight that was here at our last meeting?
I don't see John. Jonathan
Yeah.
John.
He couldn't make it. He emailed me this morning.
Okay.
He's actually at an MTSU concert. He's playing or a rehearsal for a concert that he's playing on.
What is that, girl name? She was here last time. I don't see her this time.
It's pretty vague. I don't know.
What's her name?
Yeah. Okay, we'll figure that out. We don't want to waste your time on this. We'll figure this out.
Yeah.
All right, my next question is, has somebody come to one of your classes from this organization and talked about this organization? Yes? No?
Yes.
The last semester. you talked about-
Oh, great, Dr. Keithley.
I think it was big when you mentioned these classes.
Okay.
She-
Yes, yes, yes. All right, hey, that's a start. Last semester we had Zippo.
Yeah.
So that's a start. We're getting somewhere, Morgan. That's good news. And I heard yes on the phone or on the Zoom rather.
Yes.
Yes.
Great. All right, we're going to do that again in the spring semester to try to boost some enrollment. The way to boost enrollment is to show results, right? Nobody's going to sign up for an organization that doesn't do anything. So with that being said, we're going to be planning our events for the spring. We're going to try and do some email work because this is not the only team up here that plans events. We need you guys to help. And by that, we mean we want to know what kind of events you want. What would you participate in? What do you think your colleagues would participate in? We got some good answers last meeting we had. Seems like the mock interview thing was something that makes sense. You're shaking your head, yes. Perfect. We've got that. We've got hiring managers teed up to do that. We had Geodis. You thought you could get one from Nissan.
Nissan, yes.
I can probably get one from HCA. Yes.
I'm talking right before COVID, did you guys like actually do like a tour of like local businesses, like
Yes.
Smiths or whatever?
Yes.
It would be pretty cool to do something like that.
Okay. Schwann Cosmetics is waiting for us to come. All right. So I've talked to them several times. I've got a lot of organizations that just want to do something for MTSU, but can't find an opportunity to do so. So Schwann Cosmetics is extremely interesting. I went over there last semester, I believe. We've worked with them quite a bit, I believe. Dr. Bullington has, or Dr. Welburn, one of the two. They actually make probably every brand of eyeliner right here in Murfreesboro. Revlon, and I'm not a cosmetic guy. Revlon, whatever else there is. Somebody help me with another brand. Maybelline. They make them all. Right? You think those are made in different places? No, they all are made right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and they put different formulas and they throw the name on there. I never knew that. I just figured every company. Yeah, yeah. Fascinating. Lean Six Sigma operation. Big time. I mean, that place is tight. Be a good tour. Thank you. We'll set that up. Right? It has been. I know Dr. Bullington was on channel 5. I was on channel 5's morning line program 3 weeks ago for an
And you didn't give
hour.
us a heads
If
up?
you could, huh?
And you didn't give us a heads up?
No. We talked about for an hour with Nick, I talked about for an hour with Nick Barris, the consequences of unruly customers on the environment and businesses right now. You hear about all these flight attendants get beat up, nurses getting beat up, hostesses in restaurants getting punched in the mouth because they asked for their vaccine card or their mask. Oddly enough, mostly in the Northeast in California. Isn't that weird? Not here, really. Although we've had some situations here too, in Tennessee. So we are on the news. We're in a lot of internet interviews. Our professors do quite a bit. What I'd like to do is try to get the other professors into one of our meetings in the future. We'll see what we can do. We missed Dr. Welburn tonight, had a conflict, and I'll try to get the other 2 in here as well. You may have already taken them for something, Dr. Yu and Dr. Keithley. It's hard to get professors sometimes at night, especially if they have full days. So we need to know from you what kind of events that you would participate in, and then help us plan them. We're not asking for a lot of time, obviously. Really, we're asking for the input. Yes. Great idea. We haven't because we didn't have good contact information. So now we can. I like that.
Well, I'm not a part of this group. I have information. But we have a group for our organization. We always just throw polls in there.
Okay.
For like the best meeting dates for everybody or.
Nope.
That's my child.
Can you repeat the question that she was asking? Because we can't hear what she's asking you
Yes.
guys.
Thank you. She's in the second row and I didn't walk up there. I apologize. You're on, Mike. No, just talk. You're good.
I was saying that I'm not in this organization, but I'm a part of the Association of Information Systems. And we have a group meeting for our group, and we always throw polls in there to see like the best meeting dates or what kind of events or whatever people want to be a part of. So yeah.
That's perfect.
And I can send my mom like the website.
Okay.
Sometimes we do like a Google form or something
Mhm.
and do it that way.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. So our goal is to get 20 or 30 students engaged in this organization by next semester. And then we'll have another goal by the fall semester and have more enrollment than these other organizations, which is our goal. Yeah, this is great. It's a step up, isn't it? It's a step up. Yes, sir. Wait. Let me walk over there. I keep forgetting.
Hot mic time.
Hot mic.
So I just talk like, oh, all right,
Yeah,
here
you
we
just
go.
talk.
So, do we have to, do you think it's a possible an issue that people who aren't supply chain majors but have interest in supply chain may think, oh, it's just for like the supply chain majors, so I shouldn't join? So,
No, it's open to anybody.
okay, so I'm not sure if we have to like stress that like anyone that's interested in supply chain could join. Maybe that could help like boost
Take that
retention,
note.
possibly.
Some people may be turned off by thinking it's just supply chain majors. Oh yeah, we'll convert them. We'll give them to change their major.
One question I have y'all tried putting like advertisements in the BAS, like on the TVs and stuff?
We haven't. We're going to. We have access to where's our monitor? Department of Management.
I
It's
think
second or
it's-
third floor.
Yeah, I think it's Darby that's in Darby.
Darby Campbell.
Yeah, that's what I thought. She's in charge of that stuff. And the way we did it, we already had something ready. And so whenever we contacted her, we were just ready to send like our screen picture that we wanted on the TV. So that worked for us.
Okay, so we have opportunity. We can get on the Department of Management TV, I call it, easily. We control that through our department chair. But we can get with Darby and get on the main one that's down in the lobby, which students see more because everybody walks through there. So let's take that note. We need to get on the main, the one by the elevator, and the one right by the doors. There's that big one by that. I forgot, it's the insurance thing or something.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Another possibility would be getting these hosted as an Ignite events, because you see a lot of the professors put that in the back of their syllabuses, and some require so many Ignite events a semester. So having that would give that exposure amongst almost all the inner business colleges.
That's perfect. So we didn't do that this semester because it was too late in the, I don't think I should have two, that might have a feedback problem. It was too late in the cycle to get those in. So usually during each semester, I teach a series of 4 or 5 Excel classes, starting with very basic, and we end up with fairly mid-level, I won't call it advanced, but pivot tables, data sorting, data filtering, creating charts, how to analyze data. And we typically do a data analysis problem in those. And they're a session of 5 Ignite events. So I talked to our department chair and said, well, I would like those to be sponsored by the supply chain management student organization. And then I asked her, could we also get some of our guest speakers into the Ignite session so that we get more people, right? Those Ignite sessions tend to fill up because students do, a lot of professors give extra credit for those. And we really don't mind if they're not supply chain students. If I can get 30 people in here for one of our industry partners, I'm happy. And the industry partner's happy, right?
And doesn't mean that.
Great idea. Thank you.
It doesn't mean that industry partner, if he comes or he or she comes to supply chain meeting, that they only hiring the supply chain and they need only supply chain employee. They might need IT employee, or they might need human resource employees, or they might. So if you are not a supply chain major and you come to join a meeting, you might have an opportunity to meet somebody that you can find an employee with that company. So as Dr. Tarpey said, you don't have to be a supply chain to participate in our meeting. There might be an opportunity for you as well in here, especially when we have the guest speakers or when we have organization coming to our meeting. So that would be one of the opportunity for everybody, not just supply chain. So
Sure. Yeah, when students see other students getting jobs in this organization, they're going to want to join supply chain. We can't underestimate or understate the number of jobs available in the Middle Tennessee area right now in supply chain. You know, I'm very fortunate. I teach our healthcare management classes also. Healthcare and supply chain are the 2 places to be right now if you're looking for a job, or even if you're working in a job already. Healthcare is hiring all over the place. Healthcare administrative, obviously not clinical nurses. I don't teach that stuff. Healthcare management, healthcare administration, supply chain, all aspects, right? Distribution, purchasing, all of it. Logistics, the third-party logistics provider, they can't get people. They need people to do analytic work, right? And starting salary advertised, we typically advertise in the Middle Tennessee, starting salary in supply chain is somewhere from 50 to 60,000 a year. You're not going to get that at Waffle House, guys. You're not going to get that at the Hilton, Marriott, those places. Macy's. Macy's in business even anymore? Just not around here much. I was actually joking on that. I actually grew up knowing the Macy's because my grandfather was in retail. Knowing the Macy's, the Weebolts, and the Goldblatts brothers. However, retail and all that, you're not going to get that kind of money. Right? That's a pretty darn good starting salary in Middle Tennessee. It's not a great starting salary in New York, but you don't live in New York. A lot of people would like to make $60,000 right now. All right, so we have some other opportunities. Mackenzie is heading up our social media, as I indicated before, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. If you have any interest in social media management, I'm sure Mackenzie could use some help.
Always.
There you go.
So my question to all of you guys here, what exactly is the preferable social media platform that you would participate or join in? Would that be like Facebook, Instagram? Please let us know.
Wait a minute, let me pass this around.
I think Instagram would be the best aspect. I know a lot of different clubs find me on Instagram and add me to have me follow them. So I think that would be a great place to start. And I don't mind helping either.
I second Instagram. I definitely think a lot of people are pretty active on there. But another thing I've noticed on MTSU, particularly, a lot of the students here are very familiar with GroupMe. It's really great for like communicating what needs to be done. And, like even projects for classes all the time, I see people using it. So I think it would definitely work.
I didn't even thought about that until you mentioned that. I'm not familiar with GroupMe. Does anybody around here use Slack? It's a collaboration software. It's used quite a bit in businesses to a certain degree. You were going to say something, Dexter? No? Yeah. All right, well, that's out. Nobody uses it. That's good. Microsoft would be sad to hear that. Is that Microsoft Slack?
Mackenzie, are you familiar with the GroupMe? Do you know how to create that?
I actually downloaded the app and was going to bring that up to you guys because it was something that I thought would be a good communication method for the members beyond email. So I did download it. I have not got on there and created anything yet though.
Okay. I firmly believe that if we start doing more social media to reach students, we'll have more students in this room. Because I really do think we're getting them. Go ahead, Mackenzie.
As soon as I have access to Facebook, I am going to link it to an Instagram and get that created. And I will make sure everyone will start getting added to that.
Okay, I'm working on that. Dr. Wellburn has been managing the Facebook account. So I didn't get a chance. I don't think he was here today. I think he was off campus today. So I did not get a chance to talk to him, but we'll take care of that, Mackenzie.
All right, cool.
He has expressed several times in the past that he's more than willing to turn that over to the organization.
I just don't want to create an Instagram separate from Facebook since they are connected and owned by, it'll be a lot easier to run them both through one post than multiples.
Okay, perfect. I see we're almost out of time. The last thing I'm going to throw out there is I still want to get a newsletter going. If you have any interest in working on a newsletter, we did one a year ago. Turned out pretty good. We interviewed actually Dr. Morgan as our newest professor. We interviewed one of our graduate students, one of our undergrad students, and another student who had an internship, just to give students an understanding of here's what's going on with your colleagues that are part of this organization. And then we talked about the Yellow Belt that at the time was the first cohort of Yellow Belts through Dr. Bullington's graduate continuous improvement project that earned their Six Sigma Yellow Belt degree last summer. I think the summer before. No, this summer before. I forget. It doesn't matter. So if you have interest in working on a newsletter, we definitely need help with that because I've been managing that myself and I don't have a lot of time for that. All right. What's your name?
Earl, like I'm like your side, like
EJ.
I already got email.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So we're running out of time. I don't want to keep you too much longer. If you have any ideas, you can email any of the leadership team. You can email myself. You can talk to one of your professors. They'll tell us. Right, Dr. Morgan. Perfect. I've done independent studies too, by the way, with good projects for people that have. I've got one right now working at Nissan, who's doing an independent study. He's doing a lean process improvement project, and that counts for 3 credits if you do it through an independent study course. Right. I don't know how many of those I can do. I'll talk to my department chair. I don't know if we can just. I think I can work some through if you have something working at your company to work on or something that you want to work on. And we'll just. Perfect. Perfect. Were you going to say something? Is it gone now? Okay. All right. I'll open the floor very quickly. Does anybody have, and I appreciate you all have participated very well. That's you all, not y'all. I don't say y'all. I said you all. Well, I'm from Chicago and I don't say that. I don't want to be assimilated. If I go back to Chicago, I got a problem. All right, does anybody have any input for us? Yes,
Do you
sir.
have any more of the Ignite Excel events that you're doing this rest of this year? I didn't think. I saw
Spring.
them.
None for the fall because fall's almost over. Yeah, I didn't get to my department chair in time, so she didn't put it on the schedule.
But I grabbed it late.
I can't do any, but I have no problem if you email me directly with you listening in when I do them in the spring. Even after you graduate. We just won't tell anybody. I don't know if that's allowed or not. Don't care. Okay, yeah, just email me and we'll set that up.
I just
Or
want-
I can alternatively just work with the individual. That might be easier. Okay. I'm sorry.
I just want to say one last time, guys, please reach out to me personally if you have any questions or need more understanding about this organization. Like I said, there's my email out there. I'm the one who send out an email to all of you. Find me in the email and send me an email, and I will be able to hopefully answer all the questions that you have. And I am just trying to bring as many people as possible again to this organization. So if there's something that you're not understanding about the organization or need more information or the explanation about it, please let me know. I will do my best to answer the questions as possibly as I can. And if I have to include Dr. Tarpey in the conversation, I'm sure he'll be willing to answer any questions that y'all have. So thank you all again.
She'll do fine. So just so you know, in case some of your colleagues come back to you, we're going to disenroll a bunch of people out of the organization. Just to clean off the roster, because the roster's a mess. Right. So if somebody talks to you and says, hey, I was in this organization, I got booted out, you'll be able to say, hey, you need to contact so-and-so, list whoever, the leadership team, to get back into the organization. And that's our opportunity to get them to provide us a preferable email address and communication. I got to get rid of the 100 people not doing anything in the organization so that we can start fresh. Okay, so I'm going to tell all professors that too. So if a student complains in a class, you guys can tell them who to go talk to or who to contact. My guess is at least 50 of those people we're never going to hear from again, which is fine. I'd rather have a smaller organization that's engaged than 100 people that don't do anything. All right, I will not keep you any longer. Do not leave without taking some of this. Don't send this poor woman home with all this junk.
Do not do, y'all did me last time like that.
Her daughter's going to eat it all.
And I already left for Emra in the bag, plenty for her, so y'all can have rest of it.
Thank you very much. We will have another meeting early in the semester next semester. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your semester. Good luck on your finals. Again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody on Zoom.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, you guys.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good evening, Jasmina.
Thank you. Amanda, you